All right, it's podcast time. Taking Vegas podcast. I am Chris Hodge. Going to do a little bit of a different version of this podcast for you today based on a lot of the emails that I'm receiving. We have audio, we have video, and I'm going to try to do my very best to make you understand what could be great and what could also be a very big detriment, and that is sports gambling. So first, I want to say hello to everyone. Again, we're doing audio and video today. So if you're just listening to the audio, look, obviously you can see this on video if you're doing that. But if you just listen to the audio, I want you to understand there is nothing in front of me right now. This is 20 years of experience in this business. I have a cell phone turned off, and you can put that right there. There's no notes. I have a laptop, just has ESPN up, just in case anything breaks late, like the ridiculous Dwight Howard story that came out today, if you want to go read that and indulge in that. But that's all I have. And I have my Celsius Peach Vibe, which I've taken a couple sips of. That is all that is on my desk right now. This computer here to the right isn't even turned on, right? Or maybe the left on your screen. It's not even turned on. So that's for, I want you guys on audio to understand what I'm saying. And if you're on video, obviously you can see it. There are no notes. There are no anything. This is 20 years of experience speaking to you about sports wagering and how to gamble correctly or try your best to gamble correctly. So the first thing we have to speak about when you gamble is be patient and be disciplined. Now, if you are a degenerate gambler, and there are many of you out there, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm not trying to piss anyone off. I'm really not. But there are degenerates out there. And that gets rough. If you bet, 15, 20 games a week, if you don't have any money management system, if you're betting with scared money you don't have, which you should never do anyway, it's going to be hard, right? And you're looking to make a score. And that's what's all over the commercials right now. You don't hear about a guy betting 10 or 20,000 on a game making money. You very, very, very rarely hear about that. What you hear about is the $10 or $20 parlay where some guy hit 12 teams. Good for him. He got lucky and he won a couple $100,000. And for every guy that made $200,000 off a parlay for $20, there are a million that lost, right? And that's what the books want, right? They want the parlay that they don't even pay fair odds on anyway. A 3-team round robin parlay, a 3-team parlay pays 6-1, right? It's a lot harder to hit than 6-1, right? So they've taken the odds out of your favor, put them in their own. They're expecting you to win 3 games. See, over here, I have hosted the Sports Investors Daily radio show since 2006. Any archive you go look at, literally anyone, any archive you go listen to, it's a 50-50 proposition if you do it right. You're either going to win or you're going to lose. So if you put $1,000 on a game, you have the same exact odds of winning that game as the casino has or the bookmaker has. Now, unfortunately, because of the way it is, you have to pay a 10% vig on a loss. So if you had bet $1,000 on 2 games, right? Simple math. All the sports books have to do is win one of those games. And they've won $100, okay? You have to win both. So you have to win 100% of your games to make money at this, right? So that's problem number 1. People do not understand the math behind it. That's really all gambling is. All gambling is patience, discipline, math. That's all it is. If you're bad at math, if you have no patience and no discipline, you're going to get hurt. You might get lucky every now and again. Chances are you're going to get hurt, okay? Something else the casinos do, which I find absolutely comical, anyone who's ever been there should realize this or notice, they pump oxygen into the damn casinos. Why do they do that? They're trying to keep everyone awake. They're trying to keep people going into, the sports book or the table games, which really make their money, right? Because there's an age-old saying, dead men tell no tales. Well, people who are sleeping can't lose money at gambling, right? So they pump oxygen into these damn casinos to keep you up. What happens when you get tired? You make bad decisions, right? That's what they're looking for. They're banking on that. Why do you think Las Vegas looks as beautiful as it does? Because they give money away? No. And I can sit here today before and say this to you, and you could look me dead in the face. I have never bet anything real, no real money. And I'll say that's $500. I have never put $500 on any table game, literally, ever in my life. Ever. I could walk through a damn casino and not play roulette, not play 3-card poker, not play blackjack with some idiot sitting next to me who's going to hit when he's supposed to stand, or vice versa, and I got to deal with this. No. Have never done it. Have never done it for anything real. Now, I bet real money when it comes to sports. I've had some great, exhilarating wins. I have had some really, really bad losses. And I'm going to take you through a bad loss of mine, which was 14 or 15 years ago, maybe a little less. You can look up the game. Gonzaga was playing Akron in the NCAA tournament. And Gonzaga was minus 13.5 in this particular game. And I was inexperienced. And I didn't buy the half point down. And Gonzaga this game was actually up in Spokane too. Gonzaga was losing the entire first half. I mean, losing outright the entire first half. And they go on a massive run in the second half. They actually get up 19. And I don't remember the exact occurrence, but, they were up. They ended up being up 14 with a couple, seconds left, and they did not grab a rebound. Other team, Akron, gets an offensive rebound. Guy goes to the free throw line and misses the first, makes the second. They win by 13. I lose my bet. That was a $55,000 bet. Okay? I lost that bet. That was my biggest loss of up until that point. And, it sucks, right? When you lose a game like that, it sucks. You owe a lot of money. And, inexperience, because I should have bought the half point, but I didn't do that because I was young. So I learned from the experience. And there's a great video that Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, put out. Said, hey, man, there's no failure. You're learning from it. So when something goes wrong, you've learned from it. And now if you do it right down the road and it improves and it makes you more money, well, that was never a failure. That was a success. And I had learned from that moment where I had a terrible loss. And lost a lot of money for not only myself, but my clients as well. It was a tough game. But how do you bounce back from that, right? And this is something I think we're at in this point of the world we live in, right? Everyone's looking for instant gratification. Everyone wants this get-rich-quick scheme. And it's just not the way it works, right? So, especially gambling. You have to really, really grind, right? And understand there's going to be losses in there. But how do you respond, right? Just so here, I'll do a happy thing first, right? Let's say you win $20,000, right? How do you respond to that, right? Do you act like an idiot? Do you go to the strip club, blow it on strippers, hookers, whatever? Okay? Do you buy yourself a new car? Do you splurge on all your friends at the bar? Do you pick up every tab? Do you act like an idiot, or do you just put it in your pocket and move on to the next, which is what you're supposed to do, right? If you're a professional. That's what you're supposed to do. You put it in your pocket, you move on to the next. So people don't handle success well when it comes to sports wagering, which the sports books and the bookies want. Okay, now you lose, right? Well, how do you handle that? You lose on a big game that you shouldn't lose on, a pick six, a scoop and score. So here last week, Tennessee, Alabama, right? Tennessee basically covering that whole game. If you're on Tennessee plus the points, they're covering the whole game. What happens? Sack, scoop, score, Bama wins. If you're on Bama, great win. If you're on Tennessee, you want to throw up. It is what it is. And there's hundreds of those that happen every year. But, you lose. How do you respond? Right? Do you sulk, cry, complain? Because that's kind of the world we're living in right now. Everyone feels bad for themselves. Or you just, okay, I lost. I put my head down. I go back to work. And I've always compared sports wagering, always, to the simple game of basketball and the simple action of shooting a jump shot. Always. I've always made this comparison on any radio show, any podcast, anything I've done. You're going to shoot the ball, you got a 50-50 shot. There's one or two things are going to happen. It's either going to go in or it's not. Right? That's it. It could get blocked or whatever, but the ball's either going to go through the hoop or it's not. Okay. Now, you can get a bad bounce. You can get a shooter's touch. You can get a swish. You can get an air ball. Air ball counts as a miss like a bad bounce does. Swish counts as the same as a shooter's roll, right? One or two things are going to happen, make or miss. You shoot the next one. You shoot the next one no matter what. As long as you're in the game, you open, you shoot the next one. Sports wagering. You put 10,000 on a game, one game. The Giants are playing the Jets on Sunday. Giants and Jets. I think the Jets are -3 in that game, right? By the way, I'm doing this podcast Wednesday evening. You're either going to win or you're going to lose. Maybe, or in sports gambling, you could push. But let's take that out of the equation. You're either going to win or you're going to lose. 50-50 shot, right? You can win on like I just mentioned, a scoop and score. You could lose on that. You could lose on a missed field goal. You could lose on a ridiculous safety. Vegas and Patriots. Vegas, a couple weeks ago, Vegas covered on a safety, right? You're either going to win or you're going to lose, right? So the response to what happens there and how you handle your money and your finances is what's really key. And they don't want that. They don't want rational thought. You understand? They don't want a plan. And here's how you know it, okay? Go to a casino. Take me up on this. Feel free to write into an email. Call me an asshole if this isn't correct. Put $5,000 down on a blackjack table. Just throw it down. I want to play $5,000. I'm going to risk $5,000. You will get everything on earth comped to you. You will get your rooms comped. You'll get your drinks comped. You'll get your meals comped. They'll give you a player's card and try to get you back. I'm going to talk about $5,000, right? They will comp everything and do everything to get you back. Why? Because there is a good to fair chance that you are going to lose that $5,000, right? Now, some of you win, and that's great. We want to see people win. Now, go to the sports book with that same $5,000. Go put it on the Jets. I'm not giving that as a free pick. I'm just saying, go put it on the Jets on Sunday, okay? You are lucky to get drink tickets for that $5,000. You will get cross-eyed looks. You'll get probably asked a question or two. You have to physically ask for the drink tickets. They give you nothing, right? Because they don't want that guy. They want the guy coming in with $10,000 and playing it on blackjack. They don't want the guy coming in with $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 and playing it on one game. Why? The odds are not in their favor. If you just bet $50,000 on one game, you have the same amount of odds to make money as the casino does. You put $50,000 on 2 games, you've taken the odds out of your favor. You've put it squarely into the casino. So it's being smart. Now, you have to take a risk, right? Sports wagering is a risk. And I hate the way it's portrayed because basically any investment you have given or done, there is risk. If you physically hand money to someone else, even if it's for property, if it's for stock, if it's for whatever, there is risk. Okay? Sports gambling is no different. There's risk. The goal of myself, and again, my name is Chris Hodge, and I own the Taken Vegas company and Sports Investors Daily, the radio show I've hosted since 2006. The goal, what we're trying to do is we're trying to minimize the risk and maximize the profit. But that doesn't change the fact that there's risk, right? There's risk. So you have to accept that, and you have to move on. And there might be a loss in there, which is a failure, right? But think about businesses for a second. Now, I'm going to get into the initial bankroll program in just a moment and try to show you how we maximize profit, minimize risk. Okay? I'm going to get into that. But if you look at like this thing, right? This cell phone that everyone has. Again, if you're on audio, you can't see what I'm doing. On video, I'm holding up my cell phone. Okay? The guy who was basically responsible for that got fired from the company he co-founded. Think about that. The guy who's basically responsible for us holding cell phones in our hands is Steve Jobs. He's the one basically responsible. Maybe he's the whole responsible. I don't know the whole story. But I know he was in it. That dude got fired from a company he co-founded. That is the equivalent of me getting fired from Taking Vegas. Okay? Talk about failure. How the hell do you get fired from a company you co-founded? That's as fail gets. But he stayed with it. He took the L. I'm sure his investors and himself and his family wanted to wring him up by the neck. I'm sure he was ultra depressed, but he stayed with it. And he made one of the great, or helped make one of the great inventions of our time because he stayed with it. Well, sports wagering. You know, if you had 100,000 to your name, and you said, Chris, I want to wager on sports. I would never ever tell you to bet 100,000 on one game because they're human beings. And if you've watched, especially the NFL, how about these officials? I mean, take Monday night, for example. The dude had his face mask pulled trying to catch a ball. They all missed it. They all missed the guy's head snapping around. They missed it. So you're dealing with human error. So you cannot risk all of your money on one game with human error, which is why this segues to the initial bankroll program that we do. Okay, so for everyone new, you go to takeitvegas.com. You can give us a call. Phone number is 888-9-WIN-NOW, which is 888-994-6669. If you told me you had 100,000, Chris, I want to put 100,000 towards sports wagering, sports investing. Great. Let's take a percentage. 10%. Fair number. Everyone understands it. You're going to start with 10,000. You're going to put 10,000 on the first game that we have. Okay? After that game wins, you're going to put 20,000 on the second game that we have. All right. After the second game wins, you're going to pull your original 10,000 back. Okay? Now you have 30,000 sitting in front of you. All right? You're going to pull your original 10,000 back. You've got your whole. You've got your investment back for that particular 3-game set. You're going to put 30,000 on game 3. Now you're thinking, oh, Chris, you got to win 3 games to do this. Fair, but that's the risk. Okay? And I've had guys through the years say, okay, hey, I put 10 up, I won 10, now I got 20, I put 20 up. You know what? I'm pulling 20 back. I'm making profit off this no matter what happens in game 3. Fine. It's your money. But the whole point to this is there's a plan. Right? There's a plan. So this year, we started Sports Investors Daily on September 2nd. We have released 3 different sets of our initial bankroll program. We won 2 of them, so that means we went 3-0 twice. We lost 1 of them, which means we didn't go 3-0 once. So if you put $10,000 on the 3 sets, the two sets of 3 games that won, that turned into 60,000 twice. All you did on the 3rd set that didn't win is lose 10 grand. Do you see the math? Do you see how that works? Last year, okay, we went 8-6. Think about it, 8-6. So, anyone listening now, watching this video, 8-6. Well, Chris, that's not good. I could do that on my own. I don't know. Wait a second now. The 8 means we went 3-0 8 times. So think about that. If you started, we went 3-0 8 times. 6 times we did not go 3-0. But 2 of those 6 times, we lost the 3rd game. So you already had your money back. You didn't lose any of your money. That's what we call being patient, being disciplined, having a plan. If you think that because I'm in the sports wagering business and I employ 15 guys to break down games and study these games, you think I could hit 3 and 4 team round robin parlays for you every single night? You are mistaken. I cannot. I can't do it. If I could hit 3 and 4 round robin parlays every single night, you would never be watching this damn video. I wouldn't need to, right? But we take a percentage of what our clients win, and that keeps the lights on. That's what pays for everything. That's what pays the 15 employees and the secretaries that we have and all the mathematical models that we follow and do. Okay? Very simple. So there's a plan in place. So you can get free picks every single day of the week if you want. Don't go crazy on them. Don't go nuts. But at the end of the day, right? We're not, no one in this country, as honest as I could say it, no one in this country has ever given away their best stuff for free. It doesn't matter what line of work you were in. Okay? Okay, I'll do a free demo, but if you want me to come to the house and actually put the siding on it, that's going to cost you some money. No different. We'll give you a free game, free demo. Win, lose, or draw. Really doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, you want to win every game you release, but that's impossible. All right? So there's a plan. All right? Now, if you want to bet $10 and $20 and take shots on parlays, God bless you. And I hope you win. I really do. I hope you win. Truth of the matter is, if you look at your one-loss profit over the course of the year, you're not even going to realize how much money you lost betting $10 and $20 a game. You're not even going to realize it. Okay? So that's a problem. You should treat this like it's inventory. I have X, I've spent Y, what do I have left? That's what this should be treated as. And And a lot of people don't. A lot of people need the action, right? A lot of people gotta watch games every single night. I know I have friends of mine that cannot watch a game unless they have some sort of action on it. I don't understand that. I could watch a game. I could watch the talent being played. Last night, Phoenix was playing Golden State. I did not have $1 on the game. I wanted to see Phoenix play. I want to see Golden State play. I wanted to see the athletes do what they do best. Okay, I could watch a game with no money on it. All right? I'm not a degenerate gambler. I don't even consider myself a gambler. How about that? And you're looking at a guy right now that lost $55,000 on the game. However, I also won $94,000 on a game last year when Notre Dame played Syracuse. Okay, Notre Dame beat the hell out of them all over the field. And a couple weeks ago, we won a big play with Tennessee. Now, a little stressful. Tennessee was playing Texas A&M. Little stressful. Game could have went either way, absolutely. But the game went our way. And we won a good amount of money. And our clients won a good amount of money. So here's the deal. For anyone who's at the site right now, anyone who's watching this video, and again, we just started doing these podcasts. We're building viewership and emails and all this stuff because, we've done Sports Investors Daily since 2006. Okay, it's 18 years. But we never really put that stuff on the internet. That's for FM, AM, radio, FCC stuff. But the message has always been the same. Whether you're looking at me, whether I'm writing it on a website, whether I'm talking to a customer and telling them, the message has always been the same. The message has always been the same for me no matter what. I know going into the season, I'm going to make X amount of dollars. I'm going to gain X amount of weight. Absolutely. During September through February, March, bro, I'm putting 20 pounds on. I'll take it off during the summer, but I'm putting 20 pounds on because it's just, you don't have time. Every moment of every day, we are working to try to find winners. Speaking to our customers, trying to put them in the best spot. Okay, so the message has never changed. The message is be patient, be disciplined, don't bet more than you can afford to lose, be smart about it, use it as an investment. That message has never changed since 2006. You put us to work for you, you employ us, we're going to work hard for you. Right? My 15 guys here are going to bust their ass for you and try to figure out how to get you on the most amount of winners. Now, you come on board and the game happens to lose on day one. These guys suck. No, stop it. Stop it. Right? That's not the way it works. No different than you come on board, we give you a 40-point winner. These guys are God. No, it's consistency and it's, doing things the right way and grinding out a profit. And I always say it's a hard way to make an easy living. So if you want to be involved with the things we do, this video is going to be on takingvegas.com. Whoops, takingvegas.com. And for all the audio, I knocked the microphone out of the way. Going to be on takingvegas.com. If you want to give us a call, 888-9-WIN-NOW, which is 888-994-6669. We'll have a free pick available for Saturday over at the website. Also, there's free picks each and every day now that the NBA is starting up. So we have free picks each and every day for that. And moving forward, treat sports wagering as a business. Treat sports wagering as an investment. Don't do anything stupid. Don't put yourself in harm's way. I cannot say this more clearly. I want you to look at me. Do not do that. But if you have money sitting in an account somewhere that isn't garnering what you think it should, and you want to take a percentage of that and try to put this out and say, you know what, Chris, let me see. I think you're full of it. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I think it'll work for you. So again, you want to give us a call. It's 888-9-WIN-NOW, 888-994-6669. If you want a free pick, go to takingvegas.com on Saturday. We'll have it for you. And, I try to be as real about this business as I possibly can be. It's definitely hard. It's definitely hard, but you can and you will do quite well if you just make subtle changes and adjustments. And you have a quality company like us behind you that's been in business since 2004, doing radio since 2006. And look, you deal with AM, FM radio since 2006 with the FCC and the lawyers and all the games I have to send out. Well, like I say on the radio show all the time, we must be doing something right. We win more than we lose. Simple and plain. So, you have the number. If you want to check us out, check us out. I hope you enjoyed listening to us. I hope you learned something. I hope you found it interesting. And if you think I'm full of shit, okay, no problem. I'm sure I'll get some negative comments. But if you think this can work for you and you want to give my company and us a shot, man, I'm here for you. And we'll go to work. And to me, I say it all the time. There's no better feeling than going to Vegas or being in a casino with customers and they win big money on a game. Forget my money, right? Forget that. They win big money on a game and they're the happiest guys in the world. That makes me feel good. That's like a kid on Christmas morning. That makes me feel good. So that's what we're here to do. This is the Taking Vegas podcast. A little bit of a different, setup for today. But when we get back to it next week, we'll do the scary games. I know a lot of people like that. And we'll do some other stuff as, NBA is in full bloom now. Day 2, NHL going, college basketball right around the corner. Lots to be excited about over the next 6 months, but just do it the smart way. This is Chris Hodge. Hope you guys enjoy your week, and be sure to check out takingvegas.com on Saturday for that free pick. Have a great day.